Well, the markets are down. Bitcoin's at 60,000. Will we hold support? We got a big show coming at you live today from Las Vegas. So what are we covering today? We got Bitcoin's price drop. Altcoins are selling off like crazy. BlackRock has been institutionalizing and tokenizing and, the real world asset thing, it's growing faster than you could believe. It's out of control. Also, we're going to talk about Mt. Gox. They are finally selling off that gigantic reservoir of Bitcoin that we've heard about for the last 6-7 years. And what price are they going to sell at? Also, we have the super PAC for crypto donations. Well, it's going to be a crypto election. It's determined. Also, Solana upgrade, Solana 2.0, maybe. And then also, we're going to talk about what altcoins we're looking at because, let's be honest with you. Everything's on sale. I know everyone's panicking, but we're going to give you our top picks for altcoins as well. That's going to be right around the corner for this nice little intro graphic introduction thing we got. It's your boy, Big Rob and Rocco.
Hello,
back
everybody.
In the house. We gave David the day off, so in case you didn't see my sexy face here on the thumbnail for today's show, maybe tomorrow we'll put Rocco's face on.
Yeah, I decided to have Rob face in there instead of we sent David.
I like the jacket. What is
I like
on
to,
over there?
I want to do more like this. We are on the election period. So I want to do this, like CNN, Fox debate kind of.
There it is.
Debate kind of
He's
style.
got a Bitcoin pen on. Can we zoom in? Or hold on.
I don't know.
You know
if
what?
we can go there. There we go.
Yeah, look, he's got Bitcoin
Getting
pen
ready
on.
for the Bitcoin conference. Everything else.
Looking real dapper there, brother. And then we also got old Gravy Train. I know you love that name, but Gravy Train on the one and two.
How many times I gotta tell you not to call me Gravy Train?
So you got the three of us today.
Yeah.
David's got the day off. He'll be back on Wednesday, so you'll get the three of us for the next 2 days, today and tomorrow. But a lot to unpack today. So we're gonna start this off with headline news. Well, we got the unlock, the sell-off by Mt. Gox. Let's get right into it. So Mt. Gox, the Bitcoin repayment from 2014 hack back in July of 2014. Well, we're finally paying it back. We're expecting 140,000 Bitcoin to start being sold off this month. So starting in July. And what's that going to do for the price action? Well, we're going to talk about it. But real quick, I do want to mention that they're not giving out the Bitcoin in value that it was back in what was the year again? It was 2014. So not the same value. So the creditors, so if you had Bitcoin that got stolen back in 2014, your one Bitcoin will be worth $483. So if you lost your Bitcoin, they're going to give you $483. That's a total of 0.008 Bitcoin that you're getting paid for every Bitcoin that you lost. So that $9 billion ends up being $72 million paid to customers. Now, the thing is that this Bitcoin, that Bitcoin's there. They recovered majority of the Bitcoin, but yet the customers that lost it are getting fractions of what they are well deserved.
The difference goes.
I think it goes to the exchange, to the lawyers,
Really?
and so there's a lot of people that made out. And the reason they're doing this is that they put a dollar value, right? If I had $500 in Bitcoin and then it got hacked, they're giving you $500 now, right? They just look at the value. How much US dollar Bitcoin did you have when it got compromised? And we're going to pay you back that now. You think it's fair? I mean,
Absolutely no. Okay, I got a brand new car. It gets stolen. We're gonna just give you the price of the the chairs,
Yeah.
the dash.
I will say this though. I'll say this.
Makes sense, right?
I'll say this. If they did give every customer back their Bitcoin, it probably would dump the price. Yeah, because everyone all of a sudden, because the thing is how much money do you have in Bitcoin? $1,000.
Somebody else lost is a good thing for us.
No, I'm just saying that I guess there's some benefit to this, right?
Yeah,
at the end of the day, like, you know what? Give people their money back. If my Bitcoin got stolen and you recovered it, give me my Bitcoin
people
back.
are lucky to get anything back.
Yeah,
I think they're very.
That is true. But here's the thing: like, if my car got stolen, if I had a Lamborghini and it was stolen, and the police find it, give me my Lambo back. I don't want to check.
I give you just the wheels.
Yeah, just like, well, we're just gonna give you how much gas you had in the car. I guess take it as for what it's worth. Yeah. At least you're getting something back.
So what do you think is going to do now to the Bitcoin price? Do you think it's going to crash?
I don't think so. I think there's so much buying pressure on the other side. I just find it hard to believe that there's going to be a massive sell, right? Because all of this is going to be done over the counter. It's not like Mt. Gox is going to go to Coinbase and sell their Bitcoin.
They're not from Germany like they did in Germany.
No, definitely not. So I think that the sell pressure that's expected is going to not be as dramatic. Now, will it affect the price? I think it will. I think that there's going to be a lot of people that get that $500.
Do you think they're going to sell it? Well, that gets this money. Let's say even if you have a good quantity. Let's say you have maybe you bought a lot back there, or maybe.
But you're only getting 0.008 of your Bitcoin. So let's say you had 10 Bitcoin. If you had 10 Bitcoin at the time in 2014, you would, that's worth $600,000. You're only getting 0.08 of a Bitcoin. You're not even getting a tenth of a Bitcoin. So you're getting about $5,000. Like, for 10 Bitcoin, you're getting somewhere around $5,000. And so actually short of it, you're getting $4,800.
People they're just going to keep it, or you think they're going to get rid of it?
I mean, there's going to be some sell pressure.
Yeah.
But my thing is as you mentioned, where did all that other Bitcoin go? And so there will be other Bitcoin that's going to essentially be sold by, I would think, institutions that probably are going to get a lot of their Bitcoin back. And so, I don't know. We'll see. I think that the market is expecting this to be a massive sell event and that it's going to drop the price. Calm down. Hold your horses. Okay. It's not really $483 worth of Bitcoin for every Bitcoin that you had. I don't think that the sell pressure is going to be that dramatic. But I'll move on to the next topic here. I want to talk about the elections. And so I'm not going to go too far in depth here, but you have the Super PAC. So this crypto industry Super PAC by Fairshake, they have been, they're a collection of crypto companies that are all donating together. And they're the number one. They've raised the most funds of all the other PACs out there, political PACs. So Fairshake leads the way. So to think that crypto is not going to be a front and center discussion topic, debated, campaigned idea, you're foolish, right? The fact is that Trump has already come out and said, hey, if you're for crypto, come vote for me. He's talking about easing regulation, banning CBDCs. And we had a news article break last week that the Biden campaign was getting together on an emergency meeting, getting the top people in crypto together to discuss Bitcoin. And so if that doesn't tell you where we're at right now in the political landscape when it comes to this presidential election, you got one candidate coming out here, Trump, saying like, hey, you're for crypto, vote for me. You got Biden having an emergency meeting with crypto experts. And, well, money talks, right? The biggest money coming out here remember, these campaigns are funded by endless commercials that drive you damn crazy. And also, you need money to print the ads, to have all those buttons and signs out in people's yards. You got to pay for those. And who's going to pay for them? Well, the top company out here throwing money out. Well, Fair Shake, Super PAC, run by crypto, number one. So I'm very curious to see how this election is going to shape up. We've been talking about it at nonstop nauseum that this election is going to be a crypto election. Very excited to see what's going to happen at the first debate between Biden and Trump.
Next Thursday, right?
It's coming up. I don't know the exact date, but
Thursday,
yeah, it's coming up.
Coming close, yes. That's it. I think these people, they kind of have the smell the money from crypto, and now they want to kind of dig a little bit on that too. All the lobby. You see what happened with FTX when all the people get paid. They were so interested about crypto, and now they see there is money there, and they want to get some money too. And hopefully they change their stand on crypto and not deem it like they've been doing lately. And maybe it's gonna be good for the environment. I mean, for the crypto universe. That also United States. In the big debate, if they're going to talk about crypto, it's going to look good on the world. I mean, it's going to finally look that United States move forward with the technology.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time. Right now, we're talking about crypto and politics, but probably 20, 30 years from now, it's going to be just normal talking about this. That's going to be, that's why we didn't do it before. It's just a matter of time. Technology moves fast. And unfortunately, the machine, the bureaucracy machine, is slower compared with the technology. But eventually, it's going to be integrated.
You brought up a good point, and it's the idea that other countries are going to also make this point. Okay, here's the thing: if all of a sudden, let's just say, Trump's leading the polls. Let's say he gets reelected. There's got to be some internal discussions with other countries and political leaders that are going up for re-election or trying to win a majority vote, whether it's a prime minister or president. They got to look at a U.S. and be like, hey, man, this Donald Trump just straight won out of nowhere, or at least, he was heavily campaigning on crypto. He brought in a lot of money with crypto. He brought in a lot of votes with crypto. I would assume the same could be said for, say, of the French prime minister or another president globally. Like, hey, those votes are out there. You only got so much you're gonna gain from shooting down crypto, right? To say crypto's evil, we want to regulate it, it's only good for drug dealers and money laundering. How many people are gonna vote off of that? How many people are gonna be like, you know what, they're right about this crypto thing, man. It's a world would be a better place. Like those are few and far between, right? But how many people? Well, 50 million people to be exact here in the United States are holders of crypto, that are your voters, that have decided, you know what? I want to buy some Bitcoin. I want to buy some Dogecoin. I want whatever it is. They've experienced and purchased that asset, and they know firsthand that it's here to stay, right? And so these people, you're taking away that right. Every time there's a lawsuit against Coinbase, I remember last bull market, I had Binance.us. It was my favorite exchange just to buy Bitcoin, right? They had a quick on and off board for fiat, and just for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some of the big alts. They didn't have a big catalog on the small alts, but you know what? The money came in and out of that exchange pretty quick. Coinbase was also a go-to exchange for me. But, I had to wait like 7 to 10 days for the money clear. Usually it happened with Binance pretty quickly, but that got shut down. They literally shut down Binance.us. They kicked out Kraken. They pretty much can't be used in here in the US either. KuCoin, well, you can't use that one. List and exchange, you probably can't use it. Only thing that's really got a green light here is Coinbase. And so,
you got Uphold, I guess, the only one that still can buy something.
Yeah, and you got Robinhood and some other stuff. But
yeah.
I mean, realistically, in the last 4 years, the time that Biden has been in office, and it started before Biden got in office. It's not squarely on him, but a lot of things have shut down. And a lot of it is on the SEC. The SEC has been the one that's been out there trying to actively shut down crypto. And
But I think since some other end is actually a good sign, because if you go even earlier than that, before to buy something like there were exchange like Bittrex, Polynex, these things are gone. But it was the only way to go and buy something. And exchange, they were not very easy, friendly, excuse me, user friendly. You have to do a lot of hoops and download your wallet in your computer. I mean, but the government was not interested in crypto. It was too small. I mean, the fact now that they try to kind of limit the access to crypto, or at least to regulate it, is a good thing, because they realize there is money, they're moving, that eventually the legacy finance is going to be replaced. Everything is going to be tokenized. And that's the direction that we are going. And not talking about crypto today as a major politics reference. I mean, like a big, I don't know how you say that, like the two president and the previous president, not talking about crypto, going in the direction of a stable coin, which eventually is going to happen in globally. I think it's just a matter of time. I
yeah,
don't know if I was able to explain exactly what I was.
I think you're talking about like CBDCs
Exactly.
and yeah. So
It's just a matter of time, and that everything is going to also be tokenized, like they've been saying.
yeah, so you got a couple things. You got CBDCs, because money's going digital, right?
exactly.
The thing is back in the 80s, 90s, you still wrote checks. And then that moved into plastic, which is your credit cards.
Yep.
And that's quickly moving as well, right? And so you go to the register, pretty much every cashier here in the States has a tap payment, so you can use your phone. Using cards less and less, and it's going even more digital. The plastic version is already digital, right? It's just, on a physical card.
I know if you were buying the stock, you didn't use your app in your phone.
No, you had to pick up. Yeah, you had to pick up the phone.
There were offices back in the day. You have to go to a place.
Yeah,
and they were not everywhere. And yeah.
So yeah, I mean, technology's evolving, obviously, and money's becoming digital. And with digital money comes control, and with control, politicians are coming out and saying, "Hey, CBDCs, it's a good way to track money. It's a good way to have control over money laundering." And they use these fear and scare tactics to say, "Hey, we want control." We saw it back in 9/11. All of a sudden we had the Terrorism Act, Terrorism Prevention Act. I forget the exact name of it, but all of a sudden the government was allowed to listen to all of your phone calls, text messages, and they use fear of terrorism as a way to open that gate. And I think the same thing is going to be done here, at least in attempts for a central bank digital currency issued by the nations. And they're going to say, hey, we want to prevent money laundering, drug dealing. And so the only way we can do that is by knowing where all the money is going. We also want to know where your money is going and what you're spending your money on. And hey, you're buying too much gasoline, calm down, or there's a shortage. So it's a very, very, we're at a crossroads here. And here in the United States, we've heard there's been a new bill proposed yesterday that is supposed to prohibit a CBDC. Also, Trump is running on banning CBDCs. And DeSantis down in Florida is also pretty outspoken against CBDCs. So hopefully we get some legislation that prevents this from ever even happening. But globally, I think it's inevitable. It just depends on which countries are going to launch it. China has one right now. So good luck with that.
On it. Exactly.
I do want to get into some Bitcoin though. As we mentioned, prices are tanking. This is the 24-hour chart. It is down and to the right. You can see here, 24 hours ago, we were at 64,000. Let that sink in. 1 day ago, 24 hours ago, we were at 64,000. We are now currently at 60,000. Massive sell-off. We're down 5%. We're down 5%, over 5% on the 24 hours. This is a $1 trillion asset down 5%. That is a massive amount of loss there. So looking back at the 1 week, you can see the significance of it. A week ago, we were 67,000, and we are now down to 60. So looking at the month, it gets even uglier, down from $70,000 down to 60. But zoom out to the 1 year, and it finally looks better. There we go.
It looks like, it looks just what Bitcoin does. That's it's just trading.
It is exactly what Bitcoin does. And here's exactly what Bitcoin does. This is from Rec Capital. So first, this is a buying opportunity, right? This is a graph here. It goes back from 2020 to current. And you can see that during these big pullbacks, or these pullbacks, quote unquote, big pullbacks, these circles here are about at the same magnitude that we're seeing now, right? So this current pullback here, if you look historically, have been good buying opportunities. You have early or late 2022, this quote unquote pullback, where we went from 22,000 down to 16. Well, we ran all the way up to 60. We went from 22,000 down to 20, from 28,000 down to 25, yet again. And here we find ourselves in a similar situation. And then if you take a look back on a broader scale, another one by Rec Capital. So this goes back to 2014, basically taking a look at the halving cycles. The vertical lines here, the blue lines, are the halving. This is where we're at. The halving, we just had ours for 2024. Take a look at where we're at on this cycle for the halving. Halving back at 2016, Bitcoin went from $400 up to 10,000 basically. And then we pulled back. Next halving, we went from 7 to 60,000, previous all-time high. And you look here, post halving, we're just a couple candles in, right? We're only a couple candles in, and it's historically we're expecting.
I know people
this to go,
panicking,
right?
but let me ask you something to everybody there. If you bought Bitcoin at $6,000 in the past cycle, and now it's at 70,000, 60,000, you really care? You remember? Oh, I bought a Bitcoin at 6,000 or 7,000. I don't remember. It's the same thing now. You bought Bitcoin at 60,000 or 70,000, when it's gonna be 250,000.
Yeah,
or $500,000.
It's just
I don't remember that I bought a 60,000. It doesn't matter. You made money off of it.
It's
already.
just a buying opportunity. We had Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy come out and buy $700 million of Bitcoin at 64,000. And so, I mean, they just took a loss. But if you look at them historically, they bought, their first buy was at 17,000, another one at 20,000, a handful of them at 20,000. They bought the top in 2020.
They don't care.
Their average buy is like $22,000.
Yeah.
And so look at this as a buying opportunity, which I wanted to get into. So a couple of the altcoins. So altcoin market is down bad. All right. So taking a look, we do got a couple up here. You got Lido, Phantom, Aave, Injective, and Celestia, all up over 4%. So it's not completely blood in the streets, but Ordi, Genesis, Uniswap, all down 10%. And we got some big downturns for the week. And so when you look at it the week, Dog with Hat, down over 30%. Layer Zero, not sure what that is, down 30%. Not Coin. This was one that ran really hot. This is a coin or token that runs on the Ton network. Also Jasmine Coin. So basically the ones that had significant runs in this month are the ones that are down the most. Chiliz, Beam, Uniswap, Bitcoin Cash down, Avalanche. And so, I look at this as buying opportunities. Taking a look at the top 10 though. So what kind of stands out here? You got Ethereum at $3,300. And Ethereum, their ETF is going live in just over a week. So in about a week and a half, we're expecting the ETF to launch, which is going to bring a ungodly amount of liquidity to Ethereum. And so whether or not you like Ethereum or not, well, there's two ways of making money here. One, well, you can just get some Ethereum because it's going to go up. Two, you can just pick any damn project in the Ethereum ecosystem and it's probably going to moonshot, right? So all of the tokens in the Ethereum ecosystem is probably something you should be looking out at. And so going back into this biggest gainers, Lido, which offers ETH staking. You also have Aave. And so is it coincidental that these two projects are up? And then also Injective Protocol. So Aave, the leader in DeFi, I think this is probably one of my best sleeper picks. Basically, you can borrow with your Ethereum. So if you have a bag of Ethereum, let's just say you got $10,000, you bought ETH at a low price. Hey, you know what? You need a loan. Don't go to the bank. Use Aave. Use decentralized finance. I think that this is going to come roaring back. Very, very, very strong performance last bull market. So for me, some of the things I'm eyeballing, ETH projects. Also, big fan of Cardano. We do have a Cardano video coming out soon. And with Cardano, you have the Chang hard fork. That's going live this week. So
I know that's right. This number is an opportunity.
Dude, it's at 36 cents. Last time we saw 36 cents was back in 2021, and it ran all the way up to $3. So a 10x run up from 2021 to 2022. So in a span of a year, you had a 10x. Not to mention it was during the bear market of 2020 was down to 5 cents, sub 5 cents. Which, I mean, do the math on that thing. The returns on Cardano were face melting. That said, Chang hard fork, it's going live this week. And one big thing to keep an eye out is that the Voltaire era, which is, kicked off by this Chang hard fork, basically it gives decentralized finance or decentralized governance to Cardano. And so what's that mean? Well, it's going to be community ran. Right now, or previously, Cardano is run by Charles Hoskinson, IOHK, the Cardano Foundation. Now it's run by the stake pool operators and the community. And anything that changes there is going to be voted on. But one thing to keep an eye on, or at least one thing to think about, is that this community governance, they got a treasury, $1 billion. And it's not quite $1 billion right now because the treasury is priced in ADA tokens, but a few months ago it was worth over $1 billion. And I think that with the price appreciation of Cardano, we're expecting to see $2-3 billion worth of treasury that they can use for developers, for developer grants, for marketing, to expand, to make partnerships. And so there's a $1 billion worth of money that Cardano can use as fuel to grow. So pretty bullish on Cardano. I think that the retail sentiment that we saw last bull market will follow here. So that's one of my favorite projects that I'm eyeballing there for our next bull market. I did want to also...
Oh, man, sorry if I interrupt.
Yeah,
I pull up the crypto bubbles right here, actually, if you want to just pull it up very quick. And you know what I see here? I know people, when they see all red, they say, oh, this sea of blood. No, you know what I see? I see wine. I see a nice wine getting ready to be popped. Is a nice...
You would say wine.
Wine. I'll say wine because this looks like good grapes. They're going to make a very good wine in the future because all this stuff right here is in discount. So all these bubbles right here are project, most of them, I will say, an exception of few, they are... just getting ready to become a good bottle of wine. That's I don't see blood, I see wine, I see grapes. That's
what's your go-to bottle of wine there, Rocco? What are you drinking? You got a barbecue chicken pizza.
Oh,
okay, all joking aside. Yeah, what's your go-to
let's
wine?
say I have a nice margarita pizza with a buffalo mozzarella, something simple, tomato, high acidity. I like something light. I can go with a Barbera, it's from my own region.
There you go.
I want to go crazy with that. Definitely, I can go nice Chianti. Will go well.
Chianti. I want to know from the chat, and we'll keep it broad here. But you got a anniversary dinner coming up. What are you cracking open? It could be a beer, it could be a cocktail, it could be some wine, or a bottle of champagne, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Let me know. Put in the chat. What are you cracking open to celebrate? Let's say Bitcoin got to $1 million, and you're going out to dinner, or you're cooking something up. What's your go-to celebration drink? What are you cheersing with the
I'll go to a winery? If you get to fly straight to Italy,
I'm curious.
I go to the winery.
I have a feeling.
I
I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of like Coors Light people in our chat here. I don't know why.
Oh, let's
better.
give it a chance.
What about Ashley? What are you cracking open?
Vanilla
I put
Dr.
in the
Pepper?
chat, I put twisted tea.
Which one?
Twisted tea.
Twisted tea.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
Oh God, it's
like a white girl beverage.
Twisted tea. Okay, for those of you that don't know what twisted
have
tea
no idea.
is, it's iced tea in a bottle that has been added. The alcohol they add is malt liquor. Oh, so you make iced tea, you add malt liquor, and boom, twisted tea. Not only is it disgusting, but it'll also give you a massive headache in the morning. So,
Okay.
uh,
Okay.
all right. So you're talking about red in the bubbles, but
Yeah.
you know, as you said, for you, it's buying opportunity, right? And here are some numbers here that illustrate that. You have the RSI. So RSI measures how heated are the markets. Basically, is the markets overbought or oversold? And basically, when this goes one direction, you're expecting price to go the other direction, right? So as people just keep selling off too much, if there's too much sell pressure, you know that there's going to be a big rebound, a big bounce back. RSI measures that. And well, here, if you take a look at the bottom, this is the RSI. On the top, you got the price of Bitcoin. RSI massively undersold. Great buying opportunity. Institutions, traders, smart people coming in and going to see this as a buying opportunity. They're going to scoop up Bitcoin. So that's where we're at. Also, who is buying? Well, Metaplanet. We covered this a couple weeks ago. Metaplanet, a company in Japan following the MicroStrategy strategy, and they've been buying Bitcoin as a treasury asset. Well, they just bought $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. If you're wondering how much $1 billion is, well, it's about $6.4 million. Not quite as big as MicroStrategy's ammunition, but
They're starting.
But that's pretty damn good, man.
Inflation is going crazy in Japan. They realize that that's the way to go. And who knows how many other nations they're going to follow. Now, Japan is part of the G7. It's not just, I want to take anything from El Salvador that nobody cares about until now. Because when the El Salvador came out, we're going to use Bitcoin as a legal tender, everybody laughed at them.
Yeah.
Now inflation goes up, and even in Japan, they start to think about to adopt Bitcoin as just a measure to keep a number in control. And that's, again, I won't be surprised, especially this year and the next year, to see more country adopt Bitcoin in some sort of way. Yeah.
Okay. Looking through the chat here on the drinks. This is a very interesting roundup here. So, first of all, hit the like for us. 80 likes, 200 plus people. That means half of you haven't liked the video, more than half. Do you like Rocco's jacket? Hit the like button if you like Rocco's jacket. Okay.
Bitcoin pin. Come on.
So some of the drinks we got here. Zima, for those of you that don't know, that is truly of the 90s. So carbonated, lightly flavored beverage called Zima back in the 90s. Everyone made fun of it. Johnny said Opus One. We also have ranch water. I don't. What the hell is ranch water?
Ranch water is tequila and lemon. Right?
Have you ever had ranch water?
Or tequila lime? I think.
Awful. I don't like tequila.
Yeah, then I get it right. Somebody put a Camus. I love.
Yeah, Camus. Also, we got some old fashioned in here. Warren said that purple drink. That's disgusting. All right, so
Purple drink. What is that?
purple drink. I think that's like
don't know what it is.
NyQuil plus like Sprite or something.
Okay.
Or, I don't know.
No
I
clue.
forget the exact
All right.
recipe for that. But
Things to try in the future, I guess. When
Yeah,
Bitcoin get to $1 million, I'm gonna try.
yeah, you want to take a long nap? NyQuil and some Gatorade. There you go. All right, so
Okay. Thank you for the recipe. If you get some maraschino, those cherry. To put
all right, I want to show you guys a commercial. Not a sponsor, but just a commercial from Bitwise. So here they've been releasing a commercial every couple of days. This is for the upcoming ETF on Ethereum coming out. So just kind of comical just to show you. Anyways, I'll let it display.
Hello, I'm Ethereum.
And I'm Big Finance.
Are you waiting for something?
Yes, 24 hours.
I'm sorry, what exactly are you waiting for?
Oh, to help a customer send money for a house closing. You see, it takes 24 hours.
It does?
Oh, no, of course not. It's just, I don't like to rush.
With me, people can transfer money to anyone in the world instantly, 24/7, 365.
Oop, 16 hours to go.
Can I get you a chair or something?
I was
So,
waiting for
guy in the suit, big finance, and then the other one was Ethereum, and obviously just taking a shot at finance, only operating.
But that's the
on
reality.
credit.
That's
Yeah,
where
it
we
is.
are. That's where we are headed.
You know, I've talked about it before. I think that's one of the benefits of smart contracts is that you can say, hey, you know what? Why have escrow and wait for the keys to, you know, a deposit to hit the bank clear, and then escrow will say, okay, title company, you can move that to the mortgage company, real estate agent, give them the keys. Like it's an archaic process. How about this? I sent the money. Blockchain. Did you get it? Cool. Validated. There it is.
Boom.
Boom. Give me my keys. And you can automate it too, right? You can automate it so that way when the title company, quote unquote, gets the funds that I say I pay in Bitcoin, I send Bitcoin, or, you know, there's no smart contracts on Bitcoin. So I'm going to rewind that to Ethereum. But I send Ethereum and title company gets it. We have a smart contract created. They receive the money. As soon as it's there and validated, they move the deed to the house or the title to the house via NFT, tokenized asset. They move that to the mortgage company, and then they have it in their possession. And then when I pay off the house, as soon as the balance is paid off, the title moves to my wallet. Why do we need all of these other companies over here? The title company is irrelevant. It will be irrelevant. There's no need for a title company. They're just a company that says, hey, this piece of paper, we're going to pass it from them to them. And then you pay them an astronomical amount of money, like $8,000 to $10,000.
But you know,
signing.
this kind of system, it will break the banks. The problem is now you deposit your money in the banks, and the banks use your money to do their own business. And then if you, God forbid, you have an holiday between Friday and Saturday, you gotta wait.
You
4 or
can
5
only
days.
push back so often.
It's gonna happen.
You can be like Blockbuster and say, hey, you need to bring in your movie. I remember it was 1990 something, and Blockbuster was charging me $10 for a movie. A new release was like $8.99. $8.99 back in the 90s. You know how much inflation has gone up. It cost me $3 to rent a movie on TV.
Yeah.
So the prices that these companies were charging for rentals of movies back 20 years ago was astronomical. And they didn't change their business model at all. They were like, that's fine. That's how we do it. You want a movie? Hey, you want to cuddle up with the boo thing? You're going to have to come out of pocket.
It's a chain reaction. Also, you got to think about when you rent a movie. You know, right now, you rent a movie, maybe you use Netflix, and then for some reason, you close their account, and now you use Sling, for instance. You bought a movie, you pay $20 for a digital movie that you watch. But as soon as you change a provider, you're going to lose the movie.
Yeah.
So that's another thing in the future that you buy the movie, right, to watch it. It's going to be in your wallet, and you can watch this movie everywhere, even 20 years from now. You don't have to re-buy it again.
No.
I don't know how many times you want to watch the same movie, but you pay for it, and then it's going to be another thing that's going to happen in the future.
Yeah, I mean, the possibilities of
they're
smart
endless, man. It's
contracts
endless.
are endless, especially in the entertainment and tokenization world,
Because,
NFTs.
and,
So I did want to talk about tokenization in real world a little further. And so big amount of money is being moved, bought up in treasuries. And who's buying the most? Well, we got a new leader, and it's BlackRock.
Okay.
So BlackRock and Franklin Templeton lead the over 1,000% surge in tokenized U.S. treasuries. Basically, buying bonds on the blockchain. And who is now the big fish in the room? Well, that's BlackRock. So BlackRock takes the lead in tokenized treasury funds. So these high interest yields have bolstered a demand for secure, high-yielding T-bills on chain. So these aren't moving. These aren't being sold Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 East Coast time. This is on-chain, real-time, validated by miners, and this is grown by 10x just in the last year. And so $1.64 billion has been traded from early 2023 alone. And now key players like BlackRock and Franklin Templeton are leading the charge. BlackRock's tokenized U.S. Treasury Fund BUIDL, or B-U-I-D-L, valued at damn near $500 million, recently took over Franklin Templeton's Benji, which was at $357 million. And so now they're the largest. I do have a graph here that shows you just how much money has, and these are in the billions here on the left. And you can see that the black here is BlackRock's BUIDL. And then the orange is the Benji, which was Franklin Templeton's product. So a lot of money here. I think that we easily dismiss how much money is going to be moved through blockchain that isn't your traditional crypto that you buy, right? And that's tokenized assets. Now, we have a tokenization of gold, which is a commodity. That is a product that's moving very quickly as well. So we're seeing over $1 billion worth of gold being traded on blockchain via a tokenized asset. You're seeing U.S. Treasuries, which traditionally you would buy through a bank or a brokerage firm, being bought through BlackRock on a blockchain. And so this is just the first domino to fall. We also got stable coins. You got U.S. Treasuries, which are going to expand. I'm curious to see when nation states and governments and central banks, if they start using the blockchain as well. And then, oh, you know what? I have, what do you think about this? I want to ask your opinion. I got to pull something up.
For people to be scared now, I know that the prices are going down, everything looks red, but you need to have an idea of the big picture that we are now. So if you go back 10 years ago, this stuff was unthinkable. You know, it was, you were saying something about tokenized 10 years from now in the blockchain. People will look at you like it will never happen. Instead, this is why for people that are scared, they are sold, the price going dipping down. It's just part of the building environment that we are now. I
wanna show you something real quick, and then you can give me a little thought on this as well. So here I have RWA.xyz. Basically, it's a website that tracks metrics on these real world assets. So this was the chart we were looking at, where you see the players here and how much tokenization or how much market cap they've been trading on treasuries. But you can go down here in these treasury products. So these are BlackRock, Franklin Templeton here. Okay. And what I want to show you, and so you got BlackRock, Franklin Templeton. Take a look on the right. This is the network that they're using. And so here you have BlackRock using Ethereum. We already knew this, that their build is on Ethereum. But take a look at Franklin Templeton. They're using Polygon and Stellar Lumens. So,
wow, and I wasn't expecting Stellar Lumens.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. I wasn't either, right? And you got Ondo there as a third one as well. And then they're using Solana, Ethereum. Anyways, you got a lot of Ethereum here. Ethereum, Polygon. Then you go down and you start seeing Stellar Lumens, Stellar, Ethereum.
Wow.
And so, but there's one that's missing. Which one is missing, Rocco? Do you think is missing from this equation?
Well, it's you think the way you bait me with
from which blockchain is missing from here?
We're talking about XRP.
That's exactly it. So you see Stellar Lumens moving money from asset managers, treasuries, right? You have U.S. dollar products, right? You got Ondo, U.S. dollar yield, short-term U.S. government bonds. You got treasuries by BlackRock and Franklin Templeton, short duration U.S. government securities. Anyways, we're tokenizing assets and moving money. This has been the playbook for XRP. Central banks moving money, bonds, And whose name do we keep seeing popping up here? Stellar Lumens. It's basically
It's the alternative.
it's the alternative to XRP.
different XRP has a low
And-
with penny still. I mean, it's almost over, but that's not concluded. I won't be surprised. Then as
So
soon
yeah,
as
what
over,
what happens?
Exactly.
What happens when this court case is over?
exactly.
XRP's token, the underlying token, has been deemed not a security, just on how it's sold. So we have clarity there. This month coming up, I think in July, it's, from my understanding, the court case is coming to an end. And so after that, whether there's a fine or not, we're assuming there will be, pay the damn fine. The token's not a security. Ripple, go do your thing. Go shake some hands. Make some partnerships. Your token's green light to be used by U.S. institutions. I think we're going to see a lot more of
I
XRP.
think the contract already there. There are no disclosure agreement. I think they can't say. You know,
Yeah.
you don't want to damage another company by saying, "Oh, we already partnered with them." They just can't say until this
So, yeah, I mean,
court case is over.
two big takeaways from me is that XRP's on the outside looking in.
Yeah.
And then two, well, Ethereum is the number one chain here. And what is number two? You have Ethereum and then Polygon. What is Polygon? Polygon's a layer 2 on Ethereum. So it's an extension of Ethereum. So for me, the upcoming ETF plus the Ethereum network being used by BlackRock and pretty much everyone else as the go-to chain for tokenization of real world assets. You notice one thing that's not on there? Bitcoin.
Okay.
And no slight against Bitcoin. There's no
but
Bitcoin.
just no.
They serve two different purposes. So I laugh at the idea that, you know, this thing where the Bitcoin maximalists just are beating this drum that there's no use case, there's no utility, there's nothing. Ethereum and all this, they're all scams. They serve no purpose. Like, you know what? They're being used right now. And the Securities and Exchange Commission, the governing body that determines if it's a security, has said it's not a security. They just dismissed the Wells notice on Ethereum 2.0. And so who else is there to say, from a government perspective, who else in the U.S. is here to say that Ethereum is fake, it's a security? There's nobody else. It's here. It's not going anywhere. It's being used. And right now, trillions of dollars is being moved through the Ethereum network. BlackRock, $500 million. Franklin Templeton, $350 million. And Polygon's also moving. And then you got all of these other short-term bonds and yields. That's all moving through the Ethereum network. And Stellar as well. XRP's second place.
Just looking from a corner, just looking in.
Yeah.
The scene.
So, you know what? You know, I look at this, you know, just to circle back at some of the projects we're looking at. And my God, Ethereum is probably so undervalued.
I think everything is undervalued. Right?
Everything's undervalued. Everything in the crypto market space. As long as it sustains, right? Obviously, your speculative stuff, your meme coins, who knows? You never know when that one's going to kind of collapse. But, you know, without utility at some point.
No, some of these projects, maybe they're going to build something in the future. Who knows? But most of them are just, you know, pop out of nowhere.
So speaking of these large institutions, I do have an article here. Bitcoin News. JP Morgan's reports a surge in investor interest in Bitcoin mining. So headline news here, Core Scientific struck a deal with CoreWeave. And so the two are working together, and we're seeing the miners jump. The stock price of Core Scientific has jumped up 22%. And their market cap jumped by $4 billion. And this is the 14 miners in its entirety. So big news coming out of the miners camp. Also, another note, well, we'll get back to that in a second on miners stock going up. But Bitcoin miners have sold over 30,000 Bitcoin in June. And so this is the highest amount this year, and it drops the reserves down to a 14-year low. So if you take a look here, this is the reserves Bitcoin held by miners. And so this is at a damn near low here. You can see here this chart is going back to 2022, and well, it's not a. There's not a lot of Bitcoin being held. So one thing, what I take away from this is not as a bearish news. If anything, it's the exact opposite, right?
I agree with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Because here's the thing. Yeah, this number can't go negative. This line isn't going to go past 0, right? And so there's only so much Bitcoin that the miners can sell. And so we're getting to a critical point. And you know what? Keep in mind, we are post-halving. So what does that mean? Well, the mining rewards got cut in half. And because it got cut in half, profits also got cut in half by the miners. And so they need to cover costs. They need to pay electricity. They need to pay back their loans that they used to buy new ASICs. And, well, this is expected. We've seen it before in previous cycles. But what has this done before in previous cycles? It's also caused a supply shock. There's just not enough Bitcoin out there. You also got the likes of MicroStrategy and all these other companies and MetaPlanet from Japan. And these companies are out here buying. These ETFs are the vehicle as well.
ETF, I don't even think that the major company are here yet. These are the people that are in ETF are just a retailer, I think. I don't think we see it now in the ETF result yet. And then the other, going back to the article with the JP Morgan, I think maybe it has something to do with the political stand by the Trump saying that we want to make Bitcoin here in America. Maybe that's some connection there for the price jump too. Who knows? Maybe there's a correlation to that too as well. I don't know.
So going into talking a little bit about Tether, which is another giant company, one of the largest stablecoin issuer. Massive. I don't need to tell you about Tether, but Tether. Well, here's some news. They're breaking support for EOS and Algorand. EOS doesn't surprise me at all, but Algorand does. And so, you used to be able to mint Tether on Algorand, EOS as well, but that is now gone, right? And so, here they'll continue redemptions on both of these chains for a year. So if you have Tether in your wallet or in your account on Algorand or EOS, you can still buy, sell, and trade with your USDT. But after a year from now, that's going to be gone. And well, right now, starting now, you can't mint anymore Algorand. So that is gone. The lifeblood of an ecosystem for a blockchain is the stablecoin. That's how you get in and out of it. That's how you use it. Honestly, the way they're designed, you can use a native token. You can use the Algorand token as fuel to power the network. But realistically, to power DeFi, to do what you want to do, most of the time you're using stable coins. That's just the reality of it. And that biggest stream, that biggest lifeblood, it's gone. Take a look at Algorand. You got it. This was a major player. I'm not searching for it. I know where it is. And you keep scrolling, you keep scrolling, you keep scrolling. And there it is, down at number 66. Take a look at the Algorand chart. I mean, not looking good. You look at the 7-day, obviously down. You look at the month, down, almost down 50%, almost 20 cents to 13. Look at the year. It's right where it was a year ago. I mean, it's been a crap project to hold as far as for a token price. I mean, you can talk about the tech all you want, but it hasn't paid off to hold Algorand at any point other than last bull market. And even then, last bull market, you know what? ICO, $3, that sold off. If you picked it up under 20 cents, congratulations. But realistically, it was around 30 cents prior to the last bull market. Got up to less than $2. So didn't see crazy gains, at least not compared to some of the other top layer ones. Last bull market, it's been bleeding off, and you know what? Tether just pulled support from them. I can't in any good faith recommend Algorand at the moment, and that is not from a technical perspective. That's just from what the charts are telling me, and the fact that Tether's packing up. It's not good. I'm not saying it's dead. I'm not saying that I don't like the project. I'm just saying that, like me personally, there are so many more plays here that have a lot of upside, that have a lot of things coming down the pipeline. So for me, this was a blow for Algorand. I didn't see this headline circulating out there, and so I think it kind of got lost in the shuffle with today's big news. But I think this is probably one of the biggest news that there is. It's tough, man. I don't know if Algorand's gonna be able to come back. Honestly,
It's a tough one, yeah.
yeah. And then also another project that might not come back. Well, Pudgy Penguins flips Bored Ape Yacht Club. So floor price, 9 Ethereum for one Pudgy Penguin. And well, you got 9 Ethereum, 9.5 Ethereum for floor price on a Bored Ape. You can take this. You could say, you know what, for the collection on Pudgy Penguins, it is 8,888, while the Bored Ape is 10,000. And so you could say the average price of a Bored Ape is higher because there's less of them. But at the end of the day, let's be real. We like to look at floor price, and it's cheaper to buy a Pudgy Penguin. And I think that this is a lot of this has to do with the fact that Bored Ape got real greedy on their project, or expanded a little too much, right? You had the Bored Apes, 10,000 minted. You had the Mutant Apes. They minted 20,000 of those things and diluted the ecosystem. Then you had the Kennel Club, which that one had, I don't know how many they minted on that one, but anyways, probably the typical 10,000. And then on top of that, you had all these serums and all this different. They went a little too far reaching, right? They diluted their own product. And so I think that is why they're in where they're in. They had the token, the ape token. They had the metaverse. They got the Dookie Dash game nobody wants to play. And
But what it does,
Yeah.
what it really did is put the NFT on the map. That's where they did it. Historically, they will go back and look at them like the first really NFT that was famous. That's what they did. In fact, I think that we never saw the past cycle was the NFT cycle, and then before that, the only NFT that were around were the Kitty. I don't know if you remember those one. I don't know if you heard about it. It was one of the first NFT that nobody cares about. It was a South Korean project or something like that. But we never saw a cycle again, and maybe a fourth cycle for now. NFT is going to be big in another way.
The thing was the thing with Bored Ape that made them was the idea behind Bored Ape was that it was a membership pass, right? Bored Ape Yacht Club, right? And so they would have these events. If you held the NFT, then it was more like a pass, right? Think of exactly what the name is, a yacht club. So, you know, you have a traditional yacht club, you know, an actual one where you pay a membership fee and then you get to go there, play volleyball and hang out at the club and drink all these fancy drinks and socialize with the who's who of an area, right? So the rich and privileged people, they had memberships to yacht clubs. And if you wanted to mingle with those people and party with those people and drink with those people, you would buy membership, and then that would let you in. And that was the whole premise of the Bored Ape Yacht Club was, hey, they're going to have all these cool events. Go hold this token or hold this NFT. And then from there, you get to go mingle with other prominent crypto.
Yeah, I mean, the idea is
right?
there. It's just maybe not being completely done correctly. It's going to be
They scratched that
the
whole
MySpace of the NFT.
That all got brushed aside when they were like Mutant Ape, Kennel Club, Metaverse.
Again,
they diluted the product.
Again,
They lost the vision.
In the future, I won't be surprised to see this happening again with another or the same project offering the same service in the future. So I don't know.
All right. One last thing I wanted to cover. Solana 2.0. So Solana introduces ZK compression. And so what does this mean? So Solana has unveiled an innovative feature called zero knowledge compression developed with Light Protocol and Helios Labs. So this tool helps developers reduce costs by creating tokens and accounts by compressing their on-chain state. So feature basically makes it more scalable, lowering costs and keeping Solana's security and performance intact. So we're nothing new here on 0K or zero knowledge proofs and how it's a scalable solution. And this coming from the CEO of Helios. He says we achieved 10,000x scalable improvements by compressing on-chain state, moving closer to creating global fast syncing state machine. Basically, the power of zero knowledge is that you roll up transactions, basically, in a sense, right? Not exactly that, but for those of you that aren't tech savvy, like myself personally, you're just batching transactions and using a mechanism that doesn't need to read the whole data set for the crypto proof. Now, despite the excitement, some in the crypto community argue that this feature resembles a layer 2 network, and Adam Coran believes that the compression tool acts as a layer 2, that developers are framing it differently. So Solana's out here claiming that this zero knowledge compression is a layer 1 product, but it's actually running like a layer 2. So take that what you will. I don't have much to say here. I think that's just natural evolution of change. People are going to be innovative. They're going to find ways to scale. That's why I do think that if you are a little bit more flexible on your upgrades and your EIP proposals, Ethereum, or even Bitcoin for your bit proposals, I think that if you're a little bit flexible to upcoming technology, I think that is beneficial for your chain. Obviously, if you can adapt, you can upgrade and become more efficient. I do want to give a big channel sponsor shout out. We got Cam's Blue Wire Tech. So it's our channel sponsor for networking and data security. And if you have a business and you are looking to upgrade your network or just maintain it, give Blue Wire Tech a call or visit their website. Link in the description, bluewiretech.com. We use them repeatedly anytime we have any issues. And 4K Stream is brought to you by them. Well, with that said, I think we're about to wrap it up. Anybody have anything else to add there?
Yes, so I won't do any finger tornado.
No finger tornado.
In honor of David not to be here.
Yeah.
So today we're gonna keep nice and without any wind and dust.
How was today's show there, Ashley? I use your name.
Oh, you used my name. Good job. I'm so proud of you.
It's true. I didn't notice.
It was
good?
good. Good job, guys. Yeehaw.
All right. Well, let's wrap it up.
All right, friend and family, thank you very much for seeing us today. We'll see you back tomorrow with a new episode of Sin City Crypto. Come back and check out our live.
There you go.
Thank you.
Ciao tutti. There we go. Gotta do something. That's it. Ciao.
Sin City Crypto. Cassius Cuvée. Yeah. Sin City Crypto. Everybody know we here for entertainment and info. Gonna show you how to get that big dough. So every day stay tapped in for big facts, no capping. With Bitcoin, if you're in, then you win. We divide the pie with no fraction. It's Big Rob, David. I split the game, but they gave it. Name the coin, it's your favorite. I got dry powder, why save it? To the OGs, new beginners. Special shout out to the well members. Buy dip, sell winners. Ain't really nothing you can tell sinners. Tune in for the latest new flavors. They gonna teach us mean coins. They polarizing like barbecue chicken pizzas. I laugh with a major grin. Laggers, we trade them in. Baddies, they came to sin. And sinners gon' play to win. Screaming, hola, till my bags are flowing over. Hold ya, to the moon and to the solar. Won't I? Don't be letting FOMO